Hi, I'm Ann-Margaret and welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to be making a macaroni pie today, and it's an old school recipe that I grew up having, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's see what happens. Hopefully you guys like it. Okay, so we're going to be making the macaroni pie, and it's all basically very simple ingredients. So we start out with 10 eggs that I already cracked, and they're in the bowl. You have about a half a cup, maybe a little more. I never really measure, so you just kind of go with what you want. Is a half a cup of grated locatelli Romano cheese, extra heavy on the pepper, and salt. Again, I don't really measure, just kind of do however you want. Tasting is very important. I also cut up a stick of pepperoni, and what we're gonna do with this is the spaghetti, we're gonna just make it soft, not even al dente. We're gonna make it even harder than that. Once that's done, you add a stick of butter and you melt it into the pot. Okay, so we're gonna combine the eggs into a blender. I, of course, have a Ninja because I prefer this kind of blender myself. Okay, so we're gonna add in the 10 eggs. Your grated locatelli. Like I said, you can add a little extra. I don't usually measure. This is about maybe a half a cup, maybe a little more than that. You got your salt and your pepper. Like I said, extra heavy on the pepper. You want to taste that spice. And then you put in your cut up pepperoni. Whoops. Just get that all in there. One got away, but we'll throw it in. Thank you. And now we're going to blend this up until it's liquefied. Okay, so now we're going to blend the eggs, the pepperoni, the cheese, and the salt and pepper until it's liquefied. Okay, so we're gonna make the spaghetti on the stove. What I did was I cut it in half. I just broke it in half. You put it in a pot with a little bit of water just so it can get a little soft. Like I said, you don't wanna make it too soft. You just wanna make it actually a little on the crunchy side, more than al dente. Okay, and we're gonna let that just cook for a couple of minutes just to soften up. And as you can clearly see, I'm using my wooden spoon because I was not born with a silver spoon, but a wooden spoon. Ha! Anyhow, just let this cook for a couple of minutes. And when that's ready, we'll come back and do the next step. Okay, so I just took the spaghetti off the stove, and as you can see, it's still not really cooked fully. It's actually, like I said, very, very al dente. Now what you do is you take a stick of butter, and we're gonna put that in, and we're gonna just melt it. You can break up the butter if you want, it'll go a little bit faster, but you're just gonna get this all melted in. You could actually put it back on the stove also to melt it a little bit quicker. Okay, so now the butter is completely melted into the pasta. And what you do now is you just take your liquid eggs, cheese, pepperoni, salt and pepper, and you're gonna pour it into the spaghetti. Make sure you get it all in there. Oops. And then you're just gonna mix this up. Until everything is nicely coated evenly. And I have here a 9x13 buttered Pyrex dish. Glass. You can use a tin if you're going out someplace and you want to take it to someone's house or you don't want to have that cleanup. And basically you're just going to pour it in. Pour that all in. Make sure it's all out of the pan. Okay, and then just kind of, you know, mush it around the pan. Just make sure it gets in there all nice and fresh. Okay. All right, and now you're gonna put this in your oven for about 20 minutes, maybe 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how crispy you like it, at 350. So let's go put it in the oven. Okay, so it's out of the oven, and as you can see, it's nice and crispy. I put this in about 30 minutes, and it's got a really nice crisp to it on the top. See over here, you can actually hear it if you, oh, you can kind of hear it. But let's cut it up and let's take a taste, okay? Okay, we're gonna cut a little corner, because I always like the end, just like my big ziti, right? It's very hot, but that's the way it should look. Now to eat this, of course, I like a little vino. So we'll pour a little bit of that in the cup. This is a Moscato d'Asti, which I like my sweet wines. So you can make this for an appetizer. You can do it like part of your antipasto if you want, a side dish. Usually we make it on a holiday and, you know, we just enjoy it any time of the year. Tonight I'm just gonna have it as a meal with some salad on the side, a little vino. So let's taste it and see how it is. Good stuff. There's nothing like old school Italian recipes. My mother, my grandmothers, my aunts. Now I'm passing this on to my children. I have 3 daughters. If you know there's a good recipe that's old school, just stick to it. Keep making it, keep the tradition alive, and enjoy. Salud.